Hi, distinction students. Civic education is a perfect tutor. So we are looking at a very interesting topic: culture of peace. Culture of peace. The subtopics that will be covered in the part one are as follows: peace, methods of promoting peace, conflict. Then we'll look at the causes of conflict. Good. So we start. What is peace, students? People define peace in different ways, but we define it as the absence of war or the presence of justice. Peace can be defined as the absence of war or the presence of what? Justice. So the same peace can be subdivided into two categories. There is negative peace and positive peace. Let us talk about negative peace. Negative peace refers to the absence of physical violence. Physical violence. This includes fighting and things which are just directed on the body itself. Physical violence. On the other hand, positive peace refers to the presence of conditions of well-being. I'll just end here. For negative peace, it's the absence of physical violence. Positive peace, presence. You see? Presence of conditions of well-being. Conditions of well-being. That is the only difference between what? Negative peace and positive peace. What is violence? So now, we are saying peace is the absence of war. Now, what if we have the presence of war? Then that is called violence. So violence is the presence of war, torture, poverty, discrimination, and ecological violence. These are the two terms I wanted us to discuss in the introduction of this topic, culture of peace. I hope you know what peace is and the subdivisions of peace: negative peace, positive peace, then violence. Good. So now, there are some methods that we can use to promote peace. How can we promote peace in our country? The first one is intermarriages. Intermarriages. Do you know what intermarriages mean? Marry someone of a different ethnic group. If you are a Tonga, marry a Lala. If you are a Bemba, marry a Lozi. You are bringing peace between the two tribes, because you cannot be fighting your in-laws. You see, you cannot be fighting your in-laws. So when you marry someone from a different tribe, then you are promoting peace between the two tribes. The first one is intermarriages. Then the second one is friendship. Friendship. Make friendship with people of all nations, people of all kinds, tribes, ethnicity, and everything. Not just as you know yourself, or maybe just in the neighborhood, that's why you've got friends. No. Make friends from all parts of the country. Then you are promoting peace between you and those people. So friendship is very important, because you can't be fighting your friend. That's not possible. You can't be fighting your friend. Reciprocity. Reciprocity. This is when two or more people exchange gifts of favor in a mutual manner. Give something to your friends and let them give you something as well. So when you are exchanging those gifts, you are exchanging things, you are promoting peace between the two of you. Because one day that person will wrong you, but instead of you getting upset, you remember, but this person gave me that gift. And that was very nice. He's a human being. Let me just forgive him. Just like that, you are promoting peace. So reciprocity is very important. Mutual aid. Mutual aid simply means creating peace with people through exchanging help. So see, these two are similar, but they are different. Reciprocity involves exchanging of gifts, whilst mutual aid involves exchanging of what? Help. You help your friend helps you as well. You see? So this one can involve some services, not just gifts, but you can just render a service to someone so as to help. That is mutual aid, helping one another. You are promoting peace. Then 5, we have forgiveness. Forgiveness, please. 2 years, you've got a grudge. 2 years. 3 years. No, I hate that woman. 2 years. 3 years. We must learn to forgive one another. We are all imperfect. So, we must learn to forgive one another. When you forgive that person, then you are promoting peace. You are promoting peace. These are the methods of promoting peace that we're talking about now. Then 6, we have tolerance. This refers to a way of living and accepting different or opposing viewpoints. As I said earlier, we are all imperfect. So don't expect yourself to be right always. No. Sometimes you will make mistakes and you will face opposition. People who air out their views opposing to what you think or to what you have said. Don't get upset. Don't be disappointed. Accept different views of your friends. Accept different views. Even if they are opposing, even if they are opposing to you, you need to accept. Tolerance is very important. Because if you don't accept, there will not be peace there. You say, I told them that we should do this. They were telling me their own things. They were saying things which were just wrong. I'll just leave them like that. There won't be peace there. But if you just accept, I think that is good, Mr. Gilbert. Okay. I think we'll follow your decision. I like your idea. Like that, we'll be promoting peace. Methods of promoting what? Peace. Respect. This is very important. Respect other people's cultures, opinions, ideas, beliefs, languages, and human in general. Respect everyone. Don't say no, Tongas are stingy. Respect cultures of people. Respect the opinions. The JWs now are JW. Respect the beliefs of everyone. Respect the languages. By doing this, we'll find that we'll promote peace in our country. So these are the methods that we can use to promote what? Peace. Very good. So we have some examples of countries and communities which have got peace. So these are examples of peaceful countries and communities. Amish, 1693 to present. Sweden, from 1814 to present. Switzerland, 1848 to present. There has been peace there. Costa Rica, 1949 to present. And we have Zambia, from 1964 to present. We've not had any war, any conflict. There has been peace in our country. So let us continue doing these things that we've talked about, so as we continue promoting peace in our country, Zambia. So that was peace. That was what? Peace. Absence of war. Then we have negative peace and positive peace. Presence of war, then we say it is called what? Violence. That's under peace. That's under peace. Presence of war is called violence. Under peace. Then we talked about the methods of promoting peace. The methods of promoting peace. So peace is done now. Let us talk about conflict. Conflict. What is conflict? So conflict is the quarrel, struggle or fight between two individuals, communities, societies, or countries. Fight between individuals, communities, societies, or countries. That is conflict. So it may be physical, which means it leads to bodily harm. Bodily harm. Now, we are under conflict here. What is violence? It is an extreme destructive force willfully exerted against someone. It is always negative and begins in our hearts. That is violence. Extreme destructive, to destroy. Sorry. Then this force is willfully exerted against someone. You intended to do that. You plan to do it. Let me say, you plan. That is willfully. You plan to do it. It starts in your mind. You think to say, we should attack Ukraine. Should attack what? Ukraine. You planned it. Then you exert your force against that country. Then that is violence. Extreme destructive force. So here we're talking about what? The extreme destructive force. That is violence under conflict. So do not confuse the two. Have violence under peace and violence under conflict. So a conflict shows itself through anger, hate, frustration, disappointment, quarrel, physical fight, or verbal fight using abusive language. So there is physical fight here. You just fight. Sia 2, Sia 1, Sia 2. Then we have verbal fight. Verbal fight. Hey, you are like that. You are. So like that, using abusive language. That is verbal fight. You are fighting. You are insulting each other. Shouts you back. You insult, shouts you back. You are fighting. Conflict can occur at individual level, family level, community level, regional, national, and international level. That's where we can experience what? Conflict. Individual level, we just fight. We just have maybe a misunderstanding, the two of us. That is individual level. Family level, families have got problems. No, there is a disagreement between the families or among. Then community, two communities are fighting, maybe over a land or just a stream. Regional level, just a region fighting over maybe a river, maybe just a natural resource. And national level, that is in the country now. Then international level, country, Ukraine versus Russia, Zambia versus Congo. That is international level. Good. So now, what are the causes of conflict? Fight between countries, individuals, or societies. What causes that? 1. Imbalance of natural resources. Imbalance of natural resources. We have plenty natural resources in our country or in the world. Now, if those things are not distributed equally, they lead to what? Conflict. They lead to conflict. For example, the increased population puts too much pressure on land and natural resources. People fight over natural resources such as mineral. Example is that of Burundi and Rwanda. They fight over what? Natural resources. For example, Copper, copper is mainly found in what? In Copper Belt province. So if people from Copper Belt province say the copper is ours, the whole country shouldn't be benefiting from our copper because it is in our province. You see, there is imbalance of natural resources. So people will be trying now to fight Copper Belt so that they obtain the natural resources as well. You see, so there will be a fight because there is imbalance of natural resources. Some provinces do not have what? Copper. There is nothing like that. So imbalance of what? Natural resources. Zambia fights over, there is a certain land they fight with Congo. See there where Zambia makes a cave per Copper Belt province side. There is Copper Belt province, Andola, then there is a cave that side. So Zambia and Congo have been fighting over that land. They have been not really fighting, but there is a misunderstanding there. Zambia says it's our land, Congo says it's their land as well. So there hasn't been any fight yet, but they quarrel. There is a misunderstanding there. So that is about natural resources, include land and minerals. Then two, immigration. Massive foreign immigration increases the resentment by the host people. You have many people from other countries. That will increase resentment by the host people from the host country. For example, we're in Zambia here. Then imagine we have about 1 million Chinese. We have 1 million Chinese people here. How do you feel? Some people start having that grudge. How can we have all these here? So that may bring what? Conflict. Xenophobia. This was recently taking place in South Africa. Now, what is xenophobia? This refers to an intense fear or dislike of foreign people, their customs and culture. Intense dislike. You just dislike them. You don't just want them. That is xenophobia. So that will cause conflict. You saw what was happening in South Africa. So xenophobia causes what? Conflict. Economic and export resources. The states fight over a piece of land that is suspected to have or has confirmed rich deposits of minerals. Rich deposits of what? Minerals. Countries fight over land that has what? Minerals. They say, here there is gold. On that land, there is gold. Countries may fight over that. No, we want that. No, it's our land. Because of that same mineral that is there. They would all want to obtain it and have income, raise income from it. So as a result, they'll fight. The winner will take the land. That's how it is. Then history. History is a cause of conflict as well. Research has revealed that historical reasons have contributed to emergent conflicts in Africa. For example, the conflict between Christians and Muslims in most parts of the country, or let me say Africa, has something to do with long-standing animosities and mistrust. Let me not even talk about this one. It's very simple here. Let me give you a practical example that you can understand. In our families, just in our families, we hate some people, we hate some of the relatives, not just because we plan to do so or it's our will, but because of some histories. What was happening in the past? No, his grandfather fought with my grandfather over this land. and their family got the land from our family. You see that history? That history will bring hatred between that families. That history will bring hatred, and hence at the end there would be conflict. They will start fighting. Oh, so you mean this was our land, and they used force and got it from our family? Yes. Okay, we'll get it now. It will be ours. You try to fight over that same land so that you get it as well. See? So history brings about what? Conflict. Ethnicity. No, this one is a Tonga. No, this one is a Lala. I don't like Lalas. At the end, you start fighting them. Mismanagement of economic resources. Countries where there is poor governance, corruption, and widespread poverty, conflicts are likely to arise. You have corruption in your country, there is poor governance, just expect conflict. Because when you corrupt, people will raise against you. For example, there is a criminal. Now, instead of justice prevailing, instead of the court following the law as it is, they'll be bribed. That criminal will bribe the police or bribe the court. Now, there is the plaintiff, or let me say the complainant. Those people who brought that person to court. They'll start thinking, so that criminal hasn't been punished. The law hasn't done anything. Will raise against the what? The police. They will go and break the police. They will go and attack them. They can attack the what? The police or the court. That is conflict now. Refugees. Large numbers of refugees increase pressure on the local resources in the host countries and communities. Refugees are people who run from their own countries to other countries for safety. There is war in Zambia. Now, you want to be safe. You run to America. Then you'll be called a refugee that side. You'll be called a refugee. So now, you increase the pressure there. People will start saying, they are obtaining our income. These people are obtaining things from us. So refugees increase pressure on the local resources because they would want to eat as well. At the end, they would also want employment. The same refugees. That's how it is. So that may bring what? Conflict. People start fighting. Poverty, illiteracy, and unemployment. Poverty, lack of basic needs. So you tend to fight for goods and services so that you sustain yourself as well. Illiteracy, lack of knowledge. Illiteracy simply means lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge also causes conflict. You don't know the effects of what you are about to do. You don't know the outcomes. You just know what you want to do as at now. So illiteracy is very bad. Unemployment. There are few job opportunities. What do you do for you to get the job? What do you do? Some people are bribing. Some are being taken on merit. Now what do you do? You can't bribe, can't be taken on merit. Just fight. That may bring conflict. So poverty, illiteracy, and unemployment. Injustices. Wherever there is injustice, peace will never prevail because injustice manifests itself in many ways. Injustice. Conflicts over relationships. This one is very common. No, he's my boyfriend. No, he's my husband. They fight about that. Conflicts over interests or needs. Important and powerful needs for such things as identity, respect, participation, ability to influence others, and success are often at the heart conflicts that appear to be a contest over material things. Conflicts over interests or needs. Conflicts about structures. Structures created people, such as political or religious structures, usually determine who has access to power or resources, who is accorded respect, and who has authority to make decisions. Who has authority to make what? Decisions. Conflicts involving values. Values and beliefs are sometimes formed by life experiences and faith perspectives. Because a challenge to a person's value is seen as a threat to one's identity. So, the values and beliefs also bring about what? Conflict. No, us as JW, we believe in this. No, us as Lalas, we believe in this. No, that's not what we believe in as long as instead of resolving that, you tend to fight, you quarrel. Remember, conflict can be physical, or remember what I said? You can fight verbally. So, what have we learned in this video? What have we learned? We've talked about peace. Peace. 1. What is peace? Peace is the absence of war. Peace can be subdivided into 2: negative peace and positive peace. Violence is the presence of war. Then we've talked about methods of promoting what? Peace. Methods of promoting peace. But from that, we've talked about conflict. Conflict. Then the causes of the same word, conflict. Conflict is the fight between individuals, societies, or countries. Then we've talked about the causes of conflict. See you next time in the part 2 of the video, where we'll finish the topic conflict with interesting subtopics. Enjoy.